All right, the San Francisco 49ers are going to lose to the Green Bay Packers as I'm recording this. It's still right before the 2 minute warning. The game's been over since halftime. If we're being honest, it's really been over since the start of the fourth quarter. Just a terrible game. Awful. Penalties on special teams, turnovers, drop passes, missed opportunities, all of it. This game kind of exemplifies the San Francisco 49ers season. Yes, they don't have Brock Purdy, Trent Williams, Debo Samuel, Javon Hargrave, Talanoa Hufanga, Dre Greenlaw, Charvarius Ward. Yeah, they are down. They don't have Brandon Ayuk. They're down a lot of players. But this is how it's looked when they've had those players. Obviously not to this degree, but it's made worse because those players aren't there. And so it's just, again, this entire season has been summed up by lack of complementary football, just mistakes, miscues, lack of creativity, questionable play calling, questionable personnel usage. Again, just what happened to Jordan Mason, like he comes in for one run, has a phenomenal run, and then he's gone. He's banished to the shadow realm after that. I don't know what's going on. You even had Tom Brady talk about that. And the broadcast talk about like, well, Jordan Mason was third in the NFL in rushing at one point, and then Christian McCaffrey came back, and we haven't seen him since. Yeah. Obviously, the decision to start Brandon Allen over Joshua Dobbs is going to be heavily discussed. Even though I did feel like, for the most part, Brandon Allen played okay, but I think that's kind of why people wanted Dobbs, is to have a variable that's not just okay. Brandon Allen, he made some good throws. He's not going to wow you in any category. And I think that's just why. And he had a broken finger too, which happened 2 weeks ago in practice. And I think the reason for wanting Dobbs out there is he adds something with his legs. He's used to playing, inside the pocket and having to escape if he needs to, create second chance plays with your feet. And that's kind of what the 49ers needed. They kind of needed like a spark like that. They needed something that could help them outside of structure. Brandon Allen doesn't do anything outside of structure. The play starts breaking down. He had the fumble, trying to do too much instead of just taking the sack. Obviously, if we're talking about it from a Joshua Dobbs perspective, we think Dobbs would be able to actually get out of the pocket. This game was terrible. It's one of the worst games that I've ever watched because I didn't feel good about it from the very start. Since before it started, I didn't feel good during at any point, and it just continued to spiral out of control. Bad calls by the refs. That the refs absolutely aren't the reason why the 49ers lost this game, but that penalty on the Debo Samuel kickoff return changes the potential chance that the 49ers could come back in this game on a pancake block, a beautiful block by Eric Saubert. So this game is just frustrating. This game again, feels representative. It feels emblematic, feels like it is kind of what this season has been up until this point. And the San Francisco 49ers just find themselves in an absolute hole. Their playoff chances go from, what was it, like 27% to about 15%. So they're almost officially mathematically eliminated. They're not, but any chance of going to the playoffs would take a miracle, would take them winning out. They have to go to Buffalo next week. We don't know who's healthy. We don't know who's not healthy. George Kittle had a phenomenal game. He continues to be the best tight end in the NFL. He's probably one of, if not the best, most important players on the San Francisco 49ers, and it's just unfortunate to see the season kind of come to a close at this point. Obviously, there's still 6 games remaining, and, you know, who knows, but I don't think anyone is expecting this team to make the playoffs at this point. Just an unfortunate performance, not good at all. Everyone is, you want to talk about accountability. Everyone's needs to be responsible for this, and starts with the head coach, and goes all the way down. Defensive coordinator, special teams. I mean, everyone. This was just a all-out collapse in all 3 phases, and obviously the offense didn't do any favors, turning the ball over multiple times. Defense was missing tackles left and right. Special teams continuing to be just a turnover machine, and just absolutely disgusting performance, and what feels like the end of the season. So curious to see what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.